Hey, welcome to My Mama Summer. My name is Aimee Devlin. I'm an unconventional millennial mother living abroad, building a business and raising children while stepping into who she's meant to be. This podcast is an audio version of my newsletter, which you can find at mymamasummer.com. The episodes are short, wholehearted reflections of my life as a mother, business owner, and everyday human committed to being the best she can be. Pop in your headphones, grab a cuppa and a cookie, and take this time to just be with me. An anchor to earth, an ocean of tears, the holding of space, the loving of men, the healing of rifts, the care of our young. This is the feminine. This archetype, so nurturing and giving, so soft, so knowing, and so welcoming, is the birthplace of all. Our maternal line once celebrated their role as homemakers, childbearers, and wisdom keepers. Yet here we are, a collective of women, failing to connect with and understand the true power that lies in embodying this archetype. Instead, we embody and glorify the masculine, whilst simultaneously decreeing its oppression of us. We are erasing women from language and life. It's politically incorrect to speak of the traditional gender roles that have served us immeasurably. Instead, it's edgy to pretend gender is malleable, to question our biological sex in favor of choosing from a rainbow of letters. It's also now celebrated to hate men. The rise of the modern feminist is disturbing in so many ways, not least of which is that it promotes a gender war, tries to equate genders in all aspects, and celebrates the destruction of the family unit whilst crying foul for rights and missed opportunities. It promotes the undermothering of children with reliance on the state and television, building upon our already disturbing understanding of the high societal cost of underfathering. It ignores inconvenient truths that acknowledge that men are also oppressed in many ways, sometimes directly because of feminist campaigns. But most disturbingly, it strives for the masculinization of women. Review these sentiments said to me, quote, good feminist slogans and taglines. The first one is, being a woman is a terribly difficult task since it consists principally in dealing with men. The second, I think, therefore I'm single. The third, women who seek to be equal with men lack ambition. The fourth, women's chains have been forged by men, not by anatomy. And the fifth, a woman without a man is like a fish without a bicycle. These are all nonsense, but this one nailed it. And I quote, some of us are becoming the men we wanted to marry. Now, what might be the effect on raising girls with this programming? You've likely heard all the feminist buzzwords: patriarchy, rape culture, microaggression, intersectionality, misogyny, mansplaining, man boys, and social justice. You may have been unfortunate to receive a feminist's wrath, where everything you say is offensive, and reasoning is not up for discussion. No deviation from the narrative will be entertained, nor will criticism, other perspectives, or those who disagree. Sadly, the neo-feminist does not realize her membership is to a cult. Her dogmatic beliefs are part of a system of control that holds back the progression of consciousness and equality. Her devotion to these beliefs is especially dangerous to those who aren't members of the feminist movement, hindering their lives, freedoms, and rights. She'll mention the oppressive nature of the patriarchy whilst concurrently lobbying the state, aka patriarchy, for her rights. Should not every feminist be an anarchist by default? Men are bad, women are good. The us versus them mentality ensures no reason can be spoken, nor can change be made. Sameness in speech, behaviour, and character ensures no individual thoughts can enter the movement. All the while, the feminist fails to see that feminism isn't feminine. Her readiness to don the warrior's armour, pick up a sword, and rush into battle to slay men is the antithesis of the feminine archetype. These are male archetypal roles and symbols which are used in war. When women engage in discussing controversial and divisive topics where someone is consistently declaring how offended they are, they create a warlike atmosphere in conflict with the essence of the feminine. When we tell them this, they'll declare they have no duty to be feminine. The modern feminist does not subscribe to archetypes, roles, or cultural designations because she's been socially engineered to question every aspect of her own identity and rebel against the norm without knowing why she's rebelling. It's a sinister way of shifting societal norms towards a place where everything that was once normal is now redefined, where historical narratives are blurred and can be invented. Or, as the protocols of the learner elders of Zion instruct, we shall erase from the memory of men all facts of previous centuries which are undesirable to us. The subversion of cultural institutions has meant almost the entire theoretical basis of all the politically correct aesthetic trends now plague our universities. All, quote, experts have been fed the same propaganda and spew it forth to students, who then spread it to the world as fact. Henry Mackau says, as far as the humanities are concerned, universities are enemy territory, and professors usually are obstacles to genuine learning. Thus, we are left with university-educated, mind-controlled women with certificates that deem them experts in women's studies, gender studies, or the like. They cannot see that celebrating the badass aggression of their sister, a term once used to describe the epitome of the American male, or when shaming a man for his refusal to squash his male anatomy while sitting on a train, could be harmful to women and society in general. A neo-feminist focuses on a life centered on self rather than others, and the promotion of a male value system or archetype. Modern feminism stands against a value system that supports the feminine and the female, and thus community itself, since no real community can be born in a war zone. The underlying message is that to be equal to a man, a woman must become like a man. And in doing so, feminists deny themselves of the most bountiful source of transformation available to them and the world. They also rob men of the opportunity to connect with the true feminine. Furthermore, they project the blame upon everyone else. Within the world of feminism, women will blame everyone before taking responsibility for themselves. The feminine is not simply about fulfilling traditional gender roles. It's about embodying our true nature. This means exemplifying intuitive flow over reason, being over doing, feeling over thinking. It's also about polarity. Yes, we must embody parts of the masculine, but we must not be tricked into thinking our power comes from being masculine. The opposite is true. Sadly, feminists fail to recognize there is nothing more powerful than the true feminine. The feminine is power. She is strength, humility, care, and creation. She has an innate capability to influence men, women, and children, for better or worse, and the longer it takes for women to realize this, the grayer our world will become. An embodied woman doesn't play the control game, nor invest in victimhood as a political tool. She understands she is one half of the human equation and honors the male polarity that is her complement. She leads by example and knows just by being that she is enough. From out of her womb comes life itself. The feminine might ask the feminist, where is the sense in rebelling and warring against 50% of what emerges from our loins? Women, why have we disowned ourselves? If you enjoyed this episode and like reading as much as you do listening, I would love to welcome you as another subscriber to my newsletter. Head on over to mymamasummer.com to subscribe and let me know what you loved most about this episode. I love hearing your feedback. It's my favorite part of sharing what's on my heart. I'll see you over there. Have a beautiful day.